Once again, this song. Once again, this song. Out here on my daily grizzly, my daily routine. Diet and exercise. I'm out here today on just a glass of water. I got a bottle of water in the car and push myself. So I did. I basically wrote a book. I basically wrote a book. It's a series of theses that I'm going into um publishing the from 7 to 10, and it all deals with the history of the insurance companies, the pharmaceutical companies, pharmacology, the actual study of pharmacology, the science of it, the German engineering of it, the military seizure of it, how the United States government used whatever whitewash history's been told about the world wars. It's the true motives behind those wars had to do with the seizure of the German assets, which primarily had to do with those pharmaceutical companies, Merck, and primarily Merck. But yeah, so we're out here live on location at Los Olivos Park. It's a bit warm this morning or this afternoon. How you gonna look at it? It's a tad bit warm, but I know by the time I get too many into this, about 30 into it, I'm gonna start feeling that heat. That's the one thing about out here. I mean, it's still perfect weather. That's why I say you see people, it'd be like 40 degrees, dude. They still have shorts and shit on out here. But I need to get these glasses. It's crazy how like it's hard to say because the way my all my accounts have been linked and shit. It's hard to say, but like on my new account, there shouldn't be no problems. But like I posted, I posted three, I posted three theses right on my because I have a pages linked to my Facebook profile, and it's the pages account is psychology of cultural recurrence, and like I posted basically like three introductory thesis, and like all of a sudden there's been policy change. All of a sudden, like I get a pop-up saying that there's been some unusual activity on my account, but I didn't get no login alerts or nothing. So like no kind of infiltration, right? So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I'm not really using it other than to post those theses. You know what I mean? In simple interactions otherwise. All of a sudden, bro, like I couldn't post a comment on no page that had anything to do with psychology. You know what I mean? Like none. They wouldn't like no psychology journal, none of that. Like they stopped. And then when I went to post, because I have this series of theses that I'm publishing right now. And I have six of them already, six or seven of them already on my Facebook, on my profile, because okay, when I went to go post that series, all of a sudden this pop-up says that there's unusual activity and that I gotta verify my identity. In order to post, I have to verify my identity, which has never been done for any Facebook user ever. So it only gives me one option, right? The United States area code is already entered, and all I gotta do is put my number. My phone number is linked to all my accounts. It always stays linked to my accounts. It's a retrieval. That's how I retrieve my. Everybody does that shit. You know what I mean? And so when I go to put my number to retrieve, because it says they'll send me a SMS, right? It errors right there, which tells me system wise that the system hasn't even completed writing whatever whatever they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like it's not even complete yet. So I can't even complete the process in order to get control back to verify that it's my account, even though I can go back and forth, even though the same phone number is linked to it and everything. But you have to understand what's actually being written. Listen, bro. I've heard people talk about all these conspiracies about government conspiracies to kill like these rappers and shit like that, dog. Like, listen, you have to read what's actually written in those theses and what it exposes about our United States government, our military, the pharmaceutical companies, the political parties. Like, you want to talk about a threat of exposure, you have to read those series of theses to understand U.S. history. Because our body politic and our body economic to date is shaped by that right there, what happened in those wars. When we came out of that and those powers that be started to globalize the world economy based on the seizure of those German assets by the US military. Because that's what they did. They seized control of those German assets. They used those wars to seize control of those German assets. And it's crazy because David Sarnoff, who was a brigadier general army signals in all this shit, and he's fucking involved with RCA and television and OSS and fucking, you know what I mean? See, like he's at the cross of all this shit. He's at the epicenter of every last bit of it. And when you understand his history and where he's born, where he's raised, where he was received his rabbinical studies and all that shit, dog, like then you understand that child, the gifted child that he was, and how he was protected. Like that right there, you have to understand that history. Like those people were right there developing pharmacology. They were sitting there studying all of the, you know what I mean, like opioids and all this other shit. They were the ones that were first developing all this shit in Germany in the late 1800s into the early 1900s. And like you have to understand that Blue Cross and Blue Shield, all that shit is developed around the same time, and it's for all the same reasons. And like everything would be offshoot from this. So like all the complexities of the insurance industry and lobby and shit like that, all it is LLCs of the originals. They're just carbon copies of those originals. So like it's just somebody else, they realize the game and they tap in on the market and they get in on it. It's like I tell people all the time, dude, listen, if you got the credit, you can get the finances, go to the bank, purchase properties, and just get them and then just get them for residential treatment. You set them up for residential treatments and you can get the insurance company to fund all of it. You can sit there and just live off of the profit of whatever program you want to set up. You ain't even got to live there or none. You can just set up the programs yourself. You know, we're adverse to our own best interest, it seems to me. You know what I mean? When like people want to argue about trivial shit as if it matters. The color of my skin or where I come from or none of that has absolutely nothing to do with the meaning of the message and how much it matters to every man. It has nothing to do with demographic. It has nothing to do with any of it. It has to do with injustice, inequity, poverty that persists. And what causes poverty? Like, these are questions that we must ask. Mariah Barbosa, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, these are questions that we must ask. Poverty. You know, there's a really good book I encourage everyone to read. Progress and Poverty by Henry George. It it explains how and you have to understand that at the time that Henry George is writing his economic treatise, Progress and Poverty, they're calling him the prophet of San Francisco, the economic prophet of San Francisco, because what he had proposed was that revolutionary. And there are nations right now that have land value tax that they support their system. Some of the most wealthiest, well-governed nation states in the world right now collect land value tax. They get most of their governmental funding through land value taxation. You know what I mean? Like I have draft legislation proposed right there on my, I believe it's on my YouTube. Um the American Equity Sustainability Act. And in that, that addresses infrastructure and healthcare spending and cost. And it cuts out the middleman. It cuts out all the insurance. It cuts out all this red tape. It cuts all of that. It pays direct to providers. It pays direct to education. You know what I mean? It cuts out all the middlemen who ain't doing nothing but stealing tax dollars. Those dudes are bank robbers, dude. Like the insurance lobby, the healthcare lobby that supports ACA, that bankrolls the Democratic Party. The entire Democratic Party platform has been bought out by the insurance and pharmaceutical lobby. They're not for us. They're not for us. They're for our failing health, dude. Like, that's what these theses explain. They explain why they promote failing health. It's in their end. It's in the best industry. It's in the best interest of the healthcare of the insurance industry and the pharmaceutical industry if our health is failing us. They have a vested interest. They have a monetary vested interest in our fucking failing health, and to continue paying for our tax dollars, our hardworking tax dollars paying for that bullshit fucking Obamacare, dude. That shit is costing way too fucking much. And every time they expand that shit, all it does is give the insurance companies more loopholes and more means of taking more tax dollars so that they can turn around and put it back into their fucking campaigns. Fuck everyone in the Democratic Party, dog. Fuck Obama. Fuck everybody that came up under that motherfucking everybody that's still hanging on his nuts. Nah, we cutting the cord with that shit, dude. Like, I got receipts, dude. I got receipts that no professor in economics, no professor in any of this shit. I'm talking professors at Ivy League universities. So that's at them. Robert Reich first. The economist Robert Reich, who's Obama's economist. That's who the fuck I'm talking to now. Because it's motherfuckers like that continue to lie, dog. They continue to sit there and promote these fucking economic ideas that support the same system. It keeps us held in the same bondage of slavery, dude. Until we change the tax codes, dude, until we find equity and justice in the tax codes, Dog, we're always gonna be slaves, dude. Slave masters, when they wrote the Bill of Rights, dog, when they started considering taxes and how they were gonna take it off the back end, they knew it kept us in perpetual slave chains, dude. To the federal government. The only way we come off that shit is to pay everything up front. People don't understand that shit. We're being duped, dude. We're being fucked over by all these motherfuckers, dude. And they got us playing each other in the middle. They got us sitting there pointing guns at each other in the middle as if any of that fucking bullshit that you're talking about matters, dog. What matters is how you motherfuckers are stealing our tax dollars so that those very companies and corporations can go funnel it back into black money into your fucking campaigns on both sides of the fucking aisle. So let's stop lying and blaming the other motherfuckers for what you're all doing in Congress. Nah, it's time to get all that money out of the elections, dude. No corporation, no entity should ever be allowed to, and every private citizen should only be allowed to donate so much. And there should be no other fucking campaign contributions. Every fucking elected official should have to go door to door and have to seek that shit from us in these streets. Fuck these corporations, fuck these companies that can afford to buy these bitches out. We don't want none of that shit no more. Nope. Fuck your politics, dude. We stand independent on our own. That's why Arizona's a purple state. That's why this shit's a purple state. We progressing towards equity and justice. We ain't progressing over no fucking cliff, either right or left, going fucking, nah, dude, we ain't going too far with none of that stupid shit. You ain't taking our guns. You ain't prohibiting our free speech. You motherfuckers ain't gonna come in and running ramshot in this shit. Fuck a federal government. We ain't divided right here like every other fucking state is. Uh-uh. We have common causes as we come through here. The rest of that shit be damn. The Democratic Party found out the hard way that they didn't do as well as they thought they were going to do in the state of Arizona, in spite of Donald Trump. You know why? Because the registrations went to independents. Yeah, nameless to all. It's not about the law, but those that abuse others under color of law. Amen. That's right. Facts. They use the color of law in order to, okay, an executive order is a prime example of that. It's executive overreach. It's an abuse of authority. It's an abuse of power. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. You know what I mean? And it's clearly manifested. It's clearly manifested to be racially motivated, biased, and bigoted, and we can clearly see how autocratic it is. I mean, it doesn't have to be a particular person or party in power right now to be doing it, for it to be evident. To accuse the others of doing what's being done now is false. That's a lie. No political party, no president has ever done this in our lifetime. We know that shit. Even those who are old enough to remember Nixon know that Nixon was nowhere near goddamn the corruption that we're seeing right now from Stephen Miller. Oh, not Donald Trump. That old pedophile died a long time ago. Oh, he died in some little girl a long time ago. His soul was gone. Yeah, that shit was dead. When he went and bought those little pageants and shit and started playing with those little girls. Oh yeah, listen, that little boy's soul was sold when he was born. He was destined for that destruction. He's fitted for that corruption. But the rest of them, look at Stephen Miller. Look at Stephen Miller popping out that little jack in the box, little bubblehead ass motherfucker, ugly ass. He characterizes a fucking evil villain, don't he? He just like his whole face, everything about that fool, like he couldn't be more scripted perfectly for the character that he is, dude. Just a shameless, blameless fucking, you know what I'm saying? Fucking heathen. You know what I mean? Like just spit venom, like he spew all his hate. God damn. Sorry about your mother, man. Sorry for your mother. Sorry for your mother, like the Asian lady said in Menace to Society, bruh. I'm sorry about your mother. I'm sorry for your mother if you vote for Donald Trump. If you feel that way about Americans, I'm sorry for your mother. Your mother no raise you right. Or was it your daddy? I don't know, dude. I do not know in this day and age because, statistics show that there's mostly broken homes. And it doesn't matter what demographic, it's rural, it's urban, it's suburban. You know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of divorces, a whole bunch of widows, you know what I mean? A whole bunch of fucking wayward whores, both male and female. And all they want to do is fuck the earth until they're done. They don't give a fuck. They just want to stick something in it and that's it. And what pleasures come, then they fucking come and that's it. Squirting her out. The level of debauchery in our society is just fucking, yeah, whatever. You got a president in the White House that's fucking, he's ducking a fucking pedophile cover. This motherfucker ducking a pedophile cover. Come on, dog. A United States president is ducking a pedophile cover. He got direct association, photographs and evidence and drawings and shit, fucking linking criminal cases, civil cases, linking this motherfucker to the most sophisticated pedophile ring we know in American history. Oh shit. Or modern American history. Because, you know what I mean, the only thing they can compare to that is what they did to the slaves back in, 17, 1800s. Hey, I ain't gonna cry about the shit now, you know what I mean? Fuck, that shit's done. I'm gonna stand up and speak out right now. That's what we gonna do. Clint Eastwood, they will be gone in 50 years, so why would they care? Who's they? Nick Herbs, you back on drugs? Anybody that can't keep up with the conversation, you ain't even gonna stay long. I'm gonna set the standard right now. Well, I stop and look at these comments real quick. Who is that? Malachi. Guy spitting venom at people, talking about people spitting venom. Yep, that's what we doing. And you listening. So how does it feel? How does it resonate with you? How does the truth feel? Huh? How does it feel? How does the truth feel against the lie? You know what I mean? That was a nice trick of the devil right there to come on there delusional like you did. But let me wrap your ass up real quick, stupid. Because you made a false equivalence. Let me explain what you just did. And this is something that Fox News and all of these deceitful news programmers do. You see the framework right there? Can everybody see the framework? It's a false equivalency. He tried to equate what I'm doing and saying with the people that are promoting lies. No, there's a difference. I'm professing the truth. They speak lies. I'm telling the truth. You're trying to tell a lie and you just got caught. It doesn't matter how intelligent the devil thinks he is on here. You will not run nothing past me. You ain't pulling no wool over no one's eyes over here. You come over here with that snake shit, the world is gonna know the deceptions of Fox News and all of their followers. That's an old German trick of the trade, dude. That's old shit right there. You try to make a false equivalency of the facts? The facts, dude. Does everybody understand how Fox News frames their falsehoods, their lies, their misrepresentation, their misinformation, their disinformation, their outright lies? Look at them. Those white blonde motherfuckers will captivate you. Your eyes, the lust of your fucking eyes will be lured to those two figures. The lusts of your eyes will be drawn to those fucking two talking mouths. Those pretty fucking mouths. It don't matter. They're just two fucking mouths that are lying. Look at all of the framework. They got these tickers going. All this shit is lies. All of this shit is misrepresentation of a fucking framework. And they do shit like that. They try to make false equivalencies as if. No, devil, you're a lie. What you just try to do is a lie. It's deceitful, it's deceptive, and you're done. The delusions are being dispelled. Do you not understand that the apostle said that God shall send a strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie? And then you come on here and you try to perpetuate a lie? You did your damnedest to perpetuate a lie by making a false equivalency. You see, the cursings are of the law. Do you not understand that? Have you ever committed adultery? Your parents. Huh? Is there anyone in your community right now that we know of that's committing adultery? Because I'm justified according to the law of Moses if I stone them. How about that? What are you talking about? The cursings are of the law. God said thou shalt and thou shalt not. So if you do something that's contrary to the law, the cursings come from what you do. Don't be delusional, dumb fuck. Like you are seriously delusional. Let me report you for sexual harassment. Let me show everybody the sexual harassment. This dude right here. I'm a danger. Look at how quickly they create troll accounts for this. The males and the female YouTubers. These are gang members. These are ex-gang members who've been to prison doing this gay ass shit. That's why they act like that. They've been to prison. Look at them. They do their damnedest to distract from the conversation because they can't handle it. What does the law of Moses say about what does the law of Moses say about homosexuality? Let's get into homosexuality now. Huh? Because the law of Leviticus, when it addresses the sexual crimes, sex crimes, in the sight of God, sex crimes, SOs, you sex offenders, you're starting with adultery. You know what it says to do to you? It says stone you. It says death to adulterer and adulteress. You want to start there? You want to start there? How about you want to start there? Huh? See, this fool says God's not real. I actually have a mathematical formula to prove that God is real. Stupid. Like this is how ignorant people are. I'll post that. Listen, I'm gonna post on fucking YouTube the mathematical formula to prove that there's a fucking God. Just to shut these ignorant motherfuckers up. A mathematical formula with a fucking thesis and a dissertation to prove it. But do you think that the devil will ever believe the truth? No. The devil is a lie. Of course the devil doesn't believe that there's a God, any God. So what do you believe? If you don't believe that there's anything other than, why are you still here? This is the same. Listen, I'm going to lead the same atheist over the same cliff. What is the purpose of your life then? What is the meaning of fucking life? If there's no higher power, no higher order, what significance does your life have? What importance does life in general have? You don't have no value in life. Just go jump off of a cliff already. There's nothing more. There's absolutely nothing more for you here in this world. Do you not understand that? Do you not understand that? Huh? I get the inferiority complex. I get, What did I say before? What did I say before about paying attention to what I'm speaking on? When all these trolls start getting triggered, because you notice that it's a bunch of them at one time. I can listen, I can trigger whole segments of people. Like that's different people in different places all at once that I unnerved like that simultaneously. Think about it. That many people were triggered to react in the fashion that they did by the same thing. So it tells me that the same nerve is in all of them. The same spirit of corruption is within all of them. And I catch them doing the same shit every time. Do we not? When the conversation gets too deep, they always do the same shit. It's always the same distraction. It's always the same things going over and over here on YouTube. At what point is Google and YouTube going to put a stop to that? It's not engaging. It's not interesting. It has no value. You know what I mean? You're actually getting reported for sexual shit. You're getting reported for spam for what you're doing. Because we're not going to play those games over here. Look, I'm going to tell all you little boys and girls, I'm over here live at the park. If you want to go debate it, we could debate it right here on this park bench at Los Olivos Park. Daily, dummy. You sitting there, listen, you sitting there with nothing better to do but to play with your motherfucking self, stalking me because we all know that it's the same motherfucking YouTube content creators that I've been naming that are continuing to do this. That's those inferior ass YouTube content creators. Dubs, Gunners, fucking Cricket, his bitch, you name them. Those inferior ass motherfucking content creators who cannot keep up with the conversation. Can somebody tell me what they've been putting out lately? It gets hard to breathe when you keep seeing the same shit over and over, huh? You got to compete. You have to compete with a motherfucker that's going live daily. That's how they compete with it. They're little punks. They're little bird brains. Everybody knows that these trampas are bird brains. Does anybody take Dubs or Gunners for being intellectuals? Does anyone believe that they're smart? Never mind an intellectual. That's on a whole other level. They would never understand, but does anyone who watches them believe that they're smart? Even a little bit. And then that trampa over here, Cricket, fucking rat, scary ass little weakling motherfucker still swinging on my homies' dicks. Still can't get Dupovilla's the taste of Dupovilla dicks out of his mouth. Still swallowing RJ's cum and shit. Little cock holster. That's all these motherfuckers are, cock holsters. Oh, tell these motherfuckers to meet me right here, dog. They look like punks, huh? How do they look? They look like I got look. That's the type of bird brain motherfuckers that follow that shit anyway. I'm come over here. Nah, let me sit right here. I don't want. You see what fucking they stole my spot. I was gonna go sit over there, but I sit right here so you can see. What you think? Huh? Am I listen? Am I not 100 about what I say about these fools? Do they not come on here and do exactly what I say they're gonna do? Tell the truth. Like, do the same people not come on here and troll the same way? Like, can you not like I look, go and watch. Go look at what I'm talking about when you start seeing a bunch of them. They're just all of a sudden they're triggered and they're all sexually listen. That's the crazy thing is that they're sexually stimulated. Think about it. Let's connect some dots here. Those people are there. Male and or female, they're watching me. They've been stalking me, and we know this. They create multiple accounts. They do the same shit. And then the conversation will go so far, so deep, and then they all fall off. They all get triggered simultaneously. And why is it that they all get triggered? Different people, different places, or whatever, and it's always sexual. You ever notice? Well, I wouldn't say always, but there's more often than not that it turns sexual, right? They start fantasizing and fixating on like sexual activity with me. They start seeing me in these compromising sexual positions, right? Am I right or wrong? Do these people not do that? Are they not triggered in a moment where I'm actually walking? Let's put this into context because they're there. Everyone's where you are watching. Now, I am clearly here. Now, whoever that is that's doing this trolling like that, think about it. You can go and trace to what I'm talking about. When all of a sudden there's a just avalanche of them and it's sexual. Why does it why when you get triggered like Karen, it turns sexual? Like you see on these videos, like the Karens that usually get triggered, they turn racist, right? These ones turn fucking sexual. It turns innuendo. Am I right or wrong? Now we have to assess the heart of those people because those are people that are sitting there looking at life. You're looking at life going by. This is real time fucking life. This is life. And how do you react to life going by at a park? A man. How do you react to a man exercising at a park who's speaking about religion or history or anything? How do you react? That's what's telling about yourself, not me, not what I'm saying, not what I'm doing. You, because you got triggered to react in a certain way. And how did you react? Sexually, innuendo. You started seeing me as a sexual object and you started projecting your desires at me. And what do you say? You start actually articulating, spelling out in detail, graphic, sexual positions, which says that you are seeing me, yourself, in those sexual positions with you present there. Now, do you understand what's wrong with you mentally? Do you understand that it comes from your own upbringing, how you were brought up, your parents, what you were led to believe? And if you spent most of your life locked up, guess what? This shit's all new to you, ain't it? This shit, your whole behavior is fucking new to you. At 50, 60 years old, you motherfuckers, this is all new to you, huh? You don't realize for yourself what you do to you, huh? You're gonna come on here and you're gonna fucking act like a kid. Want to talk about gangs because a motherfucker has a handkerchief on? Or you're gonna sit there and get triggered and go into fucking sexual innuendo because of what? Because your own sexual desires, because your own perversions, because you lack substance in life, because the content of your character is so corrupt that you project that out of your heart. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, as the gospel says, as Christ Jesus himself said. So, what do you got to say for yourself now? You think the you think the Rosa you think the Rosathon stops? They keep coming on here, do they not? Do they not keep showing themselves because they're stalkers? Am I not being stalked by people right now that do that? Is that not stalking? It's not a none of it is ever a legitimate question, a legitimate, you know what I mean? Like really somebody really wants to know something, trying to learn something. No, it's always a trap. It's always snake shit. You know what I mean? Like it's the same penitentiary fucking, you know what I mean? Jedi mind tricks that these fuck boys play with each other in the penitentiary and in the hood and shit like that. Like these motherfuckers will never stop doing the same stupid shit. Because the little petty ass shit means so much to them. And they can't stand to see a motherfucker that comes out of it showing them all up like I do. They can't stand that shit. Not one of them motherfuckers can stand it because I can sit here and walk and outdo everything, any piece of content they're gonna do. Every goddamn piece of content they would ever think to fucking drop, to stop and record. Dude, I can fucking murder that shit right now on this live while I'm walking. I do so every day. That's what got some motherfuckers over here stalking in the fashion that they do. That's why they do that shit. Let me help out the neighbors real quick. Anybody interested? There you go. There you go. There you have it. There it is. Whoop. There it is. Whoop. There it is. D Trout Trolls got this man. Toes throwing up gang sign. Too many at bombs. Why you can't handle it or what? All right, listen. Are you so sensitive that you can't handle the cuss word? Because this ain't made for children. Respectfully, it's not made for children. I don't understand what part of that some people don't seem to understand. You seem to think that it's about those cuss words that you ain't listening to. Nah, you can't handle the truth. It has nothing to do with no cuss words. What's being said don't register with you. And now you're coming on here with some more other trick shit. That's all it is. You just came a different angle. Same motherfuckers coming a different angle. You think that it's because I use an F bomb that you're not listening? No, you just don't listen to your own parents. I bet you don't listen to your own parents. I bet you were locked up as a kid, fucking still locked up, still doing drugs, still on some dumb shit. And you're gonna sit here and talk about F bombs. Come on, dog. How delusional can you people be? You sit there and you get exposed for doing the same things and you continue to try to do it. You come and take a different tack, a different angle as if you're gonna get anywhere with it. It has nothing to do with that, dude. You cannot handle the truth. You cannot handle the fact that your upbringing was fucked up, dog. That your parents neglected you, you were abused, you suffer from PTSD, you're bipolar. These are facts you don't want to face for yourself. You don't understand your own identity. You don't know who you are. You believe you're a race when there's no such thing. It's a social construct that was meant to keep you in slave chains, keep you believing that you're something you're not. Servitude to those very people who first identified that as such back in Europe, back in the colonization and the division of Europe when these nations were first forming in Europe. But that don't have nothing to do with the F word because there wasn't one used in it. You just can't handle the truth. This content is not made for children, boy. You understand that? It's not made for children. I'm at a park. You want to see my toes curl up, punk? Come to the park. Listen, you just proved your own homosexuality again. You went and started thinking about my fucking toes, dog. That's fucking. What made you think about my bare flesh, dude? You see, that's what shows inside your heart. You want to turn to me physically and think about me physically. You prove the point again. You cannot help yourself. You went to something physical again, my fucking feet. Do you have a foot fetish? I'm pretty sure you have a foot fetish with your F bombs. I believe you have a foot fetish because you were triggered like a Karen, you got sensitive. That's snowflake behavior. When you tell a grown man whose content is not made for children to about his language, an F bomb, fuck you, it shows. More sexual attraction, more word association to connect the dots to prove to yourself that you have a sexual attraction and a sexual fascination and fixation on me while you're sitting there stalking me, watching me walk and talk. The way my voice reverberates in your eardrum and it sinks into your heart and it sends you shivering inside and makes you quiver and makes you unleash in the fashion that it does, like a Karen, and want to talk about F bombs acting all sensitive. Don't use the F bomb. Get the fuck out of here. You're not fit for this big dick. You're too little a pussy hole. You're too sensitive. What you want, gang? I'm 45 minutes walking. I got 45-minute walking. What you do? You been what you been doing for the past 45 minutes? Dubs and Gunners, what you got been doing for the last 45 minutes? Play, it's 46. 4609, 4610. We clock you at that 4610. What you got? How many miles you clocked today, man? What you got accomplished today? Go on my Facebook and see how many see how many theses I posted today. Yeah, I post thesis. I got a book posted today already. I did a book. What you guys on, gang? uh, I got thesis posted. I published thesis today. I wrote some thesis, several of them. I'm on 10 theses right now explaining the healthcare industry. Going back to the 1800s, to development of insurance and healthcare and all of it. Giving you the whole history. Giving you the whole history of the military industrial complex and how it all coincides and the taxes and everything. Like, yeah, I'm just giving you the whole history, just giving you the real history book. Right now, I'm writing it for you. So, pardon my language. Pardon my language, pussycat. Pardon my language, pussycat. I'll have to pet you a little softer. You're a little sensitive, pussycat. I had to pet you a little softer. I'm doing a little too rough for you. Huh? Am I petting the little kitty too rough right now? The F bombs, you gotta come with the F bomb. I got your toes curling up and shit. Motherfucker talk about toes curling up. I got this motherfucker's toes. So listen, whatever they project at me is what they're feeling inside. So I got this motherfucker's toes curling up when I talk about gang shit. So let's get this little pussycat's toes curled up right now. Let's talk about some gang shit. You wanna get some gang shit, homie? Huh? Hey, you should have seen this beautiful girl I did that to one time. Waco, Texas. She invited me over for introduction. Ooh, wee. Nah, you don't want, hey man, you don't want your toes to curl up like that. You don't want me to have you tiptoeing back and forth like that on that talk like that. You ain't on, man, come on. Girls pee-pee when they see me. Boy, you about to doodle on you, fool. And then sock check, homie. On cud, blood, Damu, Paru, shit like that, fool. Shout out to all my folks and peoples out there, man, in the world. All my folks, my people, all my cuz, all my blood, all my Paru, all my Damu, all my Treses, all my Treses SS, and all my Norteños. Shout out. But them fake motherfuckers that be coming on here acting all sensitive and shit, dog. You gotta check that shit, bro. That ain't the land I know, dude. Ah, man, my peoples don't get down like that. None of them. And they all be saying that's some weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, they be all calling Dubs and Gunners and these motherfuckers weirdos. You know what I mean? And these are motherfuckers that are on the park benches. So yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man, let's get it together every once in a while. You know what I mean? Listen, we're going into 2026. We're going into 2026. Come on, man, give it a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did it. Listen, you did enough of the same trolling that you just got caught out, that you've been getting caught out for a year. Like, let's just listen, just for the past year, you've done enough of it, dude. You've done way more than enough of it. Like, come on, you get like, I just spelled out in the last few lives exactly what you guys are doing, how you do it, when you do it. Like, you can't even do it anymore without just like, oh, here. Like the audience is just knows, all right, and they know who it is. They're gonna know who it is. So just please, 2026, man. You know what I mean? Like, try to do something different. I'm out here working. I'm working out. I'm dying. I'm exercising. I got 50 minutes running right now, walking and talking. You hear my breathing, man. You hear my lungs. You hear how I'm going. I got a, I got a bunch of little sensitive pussycats. They be at home, you know what I mean, watching me, stalking me daily. They know I'm gonna be out here on a regular routine, dude. Like they know they can count on this shit. So what do they count on? Playing with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Exposing their sexual attractions to me in real time on live. Like, goddamn, you could just come join me at the park. Try to keep up with me. I know you're not gonna be able to keep up with me in pace. You're gonna be sitting on that bench real fast, like waiting and shit, watching, laughing. I'll be way over there. I hear you laughing and shit, way over here, waiting for me to come around and shit, try to catch back up. All right, come on, Daniel. Send me a link. Send me a link. Tyrone, what's up? That was cracking, brother. Man, what it do? What's the on the bro? Tyrone. The only Tyrone I know that's an essay that would say sup essay. I know one Tyrone, dog. The homie from the Cof House, dog. Think I better call Tyrone. I forget I forget the homie's nickname though. But and that's the cool thing about it when I seen that shit, that's the came to mind. And I'll tell you what, the homie Tyrone, the homie Tyrone, we worked maintenance together in prison and shit. And I learned a lot from homie dog. Homie Homie's a good welder and shit. Last I had talked to him and shit, he had his own welding business. He's doing good and shit. But anyway, fucking homie was teaching me to weld and shit. We were on the maintenance crew over there at Maury, and fucking we were welding like these racks and shit for our parts because we were the only maintenance crew in the entire system that was allowed to have a parts room. We had our own parts room. But we were the only maintenance crew that had a budget. We had literally had a budget that we can fucking order our own parts, tools. We didn't have like we just had to get major parts from the physical plant. Like water heaters, like shit like that we'd have to get from physical plant shit, bigger shit. But I mean we were welding those things and it was showing me and I had it and I'm going, I got my hood and you know what I mean? I got that shit, dude. Like I got that shit. I'm running that bead clean, dude. But it keeps sticking. Fuck, dude. What the fuck? And I get back on it, dog. Get a little beat going. Fuck, dog. And I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong, dog. Every time they sitting there watching me, dog. Fucking homie sitting there watching me. They're watching the crew. And I'm feeling myself every time I get that little beat. I get that motherfucker picture perfect going. You know what I'm saying? I start picking up my picture, the motherfucker just. And next thing you know, they're all right there laughing, dog. These motherfuckers are laughing. He's turning that shit up and down on me, dog. So he's watching me get into it, and then he'll stop me. That's fucked up, dog. Shout out to the homie, dog. Shout out to the Kofal Jazz, dog. Oh, yeah. Oh shit. I don't know. Like, there's a thing. Like, I did a lot of years, right? It, most of the stories that I would share, honestly, like that I think that are worth sharing, are like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's listen, bro. There are so many stories when we work maintenance. And like, shout out to the homie Wayman Cheatham, CNC Electrical. If you got any electrical, you need any electrical work, any electrical, anything electrical done, it don't matter, residential, commercial, it does not matter. Call Wayman Cheatham, CNC Electrical. I need to get the number. I'm gonna post his business shit on here. Cause he had I was working with him, man. Like I can always call him. That's my brother right there. I can always, man, listen, bro. That's a 6 foot, 5, 6, whatever, 5, 4, whatever. Just fucking That motherfucker's a silverback for real big. That motherfucker, he just, you know what I mean? Like that aggression in him. That motherfucker, man. But a gentle giant, dude, like for real, real knowledgeable, real smart dude. And like, he's not like, me and him have went like that's the thing. That's been my debating partner for decades. Like on all social issues, on history, everything. Wayman Cheatham has been my debate partner all along. Like we've argued back and forth on all sides against each other. You know what I mean? He's taken a devil's advocate position against me, and I've done the same in our debates in order to resolve a lot. Like a lot of people don't understand how I come to these logical conclusions that I do in life, like intellectually, like knowledge wise, and what I know and understand about history and politics and shit like that, where it comes from. I've had a lot of debates and discussions and shit with really intelligent intellectual professors and shit. It just doesn't show because I I always said this. I always said this when I was in the game and I would teach this shit to people. I didn't ever like, they always say that the greatest deception of the devil is to convince the world that he doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? So in that world, I didn't exist. I never intended to exist like all these dudes that want to be patched up and like no, that's why the people that I did what I did with, you know what I mean, and I was in the position I was in was because of that. Because everybody understood the wild card. Everybody knows the wild card that I am in the hood, dog. Like you're talking about people that are watching me grow up in prison. They're already there. My mom's pregnant and shit. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers in prison. My mom's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, motherfucker get out of prison. My mom has me and shit, dude. 2 years later, he's back in prison. A year after my sister's born. You know what I mean? So like people don't understand the legacy. They don't understand. Like there's a patchwork that's woven together that's complete. People don't understand that. Like, yeah, there's all these little fucking, but when it comes to Dupavilla's involvement and all that shit, there's a story. There's people that everybody knows our stories. Keep one. I love fat women. See, I'm gonna show that. I'm gonna show because did this person not prove what I said? Are you like intentionally trying to prove that? But you do understand that that's reportable and that I'm going to report anything and everything sexual. Like we're just not gonna talk. We're not gonna do that. I just explained that. You know what I mean? And like, look, like, listen. These people really have no self control. Look at how they act. Even in spite of me saying it, they still play with themselves. That's what they're doing. I'm sitting here on this bench, dude. Like, what was the conversation about again when that person gets triggered to act that way? Think about it. Because we're psychoanalyzing these people's behavior. This is the psychology of cultural recurrence. Have I not been saying that? And I'm going to start hashtagging that so people understand that these videos is the psychology of cultural recurrence. Every live stream, as I do it daily, is a psychology of cultural recurrence. And these people in this culture right here, they get caught up doing the same shit, do they not? Do they not get caught out the same way? Yeah, sometimes I get turned up, I raise my voice or whatever. But nonetheless, they can never keep up with the conversation. You know why? Because I start talking too fast for them. And that's what sends them overboard. I start getting way too fast in the conversation and it overexcites them and it turns on them and they express it out or they project that at me. And it's always sexual. They cream all over this motherfucking camera. Every time you see, listen, every one of them that does that, that comes, it don't even matter, male or female. I got them creaming all over themselves. I'm a 50-year-old man about to be 51 February 13th, dude. I'm gonna call a spade because it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you're gonna come on here and if that's gonna be your behavior, that's what you're gonna be shown to be doing, because that's what you're doing. You're sitting there looking, you're stalking a grown man who's walking and talking, and of course you find it contradictory because you're sitting there doing shit, watching me, stalking me, creating count after account, do the same shit. These motherfuckers are masters at creating accounts. They're masters at just fucking deleting and creating another account that fast on this shit. That's that's how they like these fools do trick shit to get those numbers, dude. Those numbers are not official. Everybody knows that they fucking paid for subs and all that other shit. The ratings don't reflect, dude. You can challenge the ratings. I appreciate everybody tapping in. I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate those that, do come here and seek to learn something first and foremost. But if you just come here for entertainment or whatever, shits and giggles, that's fine and dandy as well. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here at the park. I'm gonna be here. Like I just got listen. This the thing is like my life don't stop, and I don't stop being who and what I am in this world. So like I lost contact with a client that I had when I was doing peer support, when I was behavioral health tech, and I used to do one on one. I used to do one on one counseling with him and his wife, and I did a lot for him. You know what I mean? Like they knew that I went out of my way to transport them in my own vehicle and shit. So he reaches out to me today, and like when I was up in Winslow, he was like, "Hey man, reach out to my brother. He probably could get you work and shit." So you know what I mean? Like he reached out to me this morning and shit. So I get back, I'm a tap in more, so find out what's going on with him, because last I heard they had moved to back to New Mexico, because I was actually doing one on one counseling with them, with that couple and his wife's daughter. His wife's daughter, she was 18, 19. And then like her girlfriend, they had moved out her girlfriend, they moved from New Mexico to come out here. Um, so I heard they went back, but you know what I mean? Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing for me is like I take calls, people need me. People will call me and hey, just to sit there and ask my advice. Like I still get calls from that company that I was working for. Hey fool, come back to work. Hey fool, what do you think about this? Hey fool, like I'm still doing the same fucking. The only thing is I'm not getting paid for this shit. These motherfuckers are getting paid for it. I'm just writing theses on all this shit. You know what I mean? I'm just in my academic. I'm trying to get me a doctorate degree. I'm trying to get me an honorary doctorate degree. And I already have a literature posted today to write a book. That's just a day's work, bro. A whole book does that shit, bro. I really did. I started to post that. I was like, who does that, dude? Like fucking 70. Like you have to understand the depths of what's in those theses and shit, dude. I read the first one and I was like, ah damn. The history that's involved in this, like what you can pick apart from just that one thesis, like fuck. I'm just learning, bro. Like that's the thing. People want to sit here and debate and argue with me. You're doing nothing but throwing your teachers at me, and I'm like, listen, bro. When I'm composing this, I got my receipts. Like people want to sit there and debate. Go on my Facebook. It's linked on there. Go on there. Go read it for yourself. Go listen. You wanna sit there and debate or argue anything that I'm saying? Go on there and post a comment on those theses. Read them and then go post a comment. Then let me know, because otherwise, listen. It goes back to the same culture of trolling here. It's a culture. Listen, the epitome, the archetype is uh OG, triple OG, right? He's the fucking archetype of that shit. But he's just the co-creation of those actual content creators who first started doing it. Cause like those dudes were the first ones who start trolling. They started trolling each other and me, of course. And we know this. Listen, we all know this is true. We all know that every last one of them, Gunners, Dubs, fucking She Devil, fucking American Journeys. You know what I mean? Like they were all trolling each other. Fucking Flaco, they were all trolling each other. Rojo, who else? You know what I mean? Um, and we see like all this time later, we're still, you know what I mean? Like, how do we come out of it? How do we come out of it ourselves? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. I'm here working out. Let me get moving. I'm here working out. I've been on here over an hour, right? And I'm working out. I do this daily. It's for a reason, obviously. And I'm live. And I have the same people. They will tap in, create different accounts, and they do the same shit. And we all know, listen, just based on going back to when these dudes were first trying to hit 10,000 subs and the trolling and shit that they used to do when OG triple OG all of a sudden comes into play. And think about think about the trolling that those particular YouTubers were busted doing. Like they got caught doing. And listen, this has been the same shit. They've been playing the same J Cat fucking projection games for years, dude. And just to draw controversy to themselves in order to run up their numbers, and that's what they're doing. I listen, bro. Everybody knows I was the one who fucking aired out Dubs. Everybody knows that I was the one who forced Gunners into admitting he was 50-50, which we know it's deeper than that. Like I was the one who forced a lot of these dudes out of the closet. Cricket, fucking like the whole lot of them. Forced these fools out the closet. And all I listen. And how did I do it? I want to remind everybody of how I forced all these fools out of the closet. You know how I did it? 100 miles and running, dog. Still, I did it live on location, dog. Still, think about it. Think about how where I was. 'Cause typically, I would be at during that time. I was at Tempe Town Lake. Was I not? Did I not force them all out live? Cricket, first one. Force them to show face. How did I do it? Going live. Walking, talking, stalking the block, proving that punk, if you can't come out here and do this, then you're in hiding on that fucking camera, fool. Nah, I'm not studio, I'm not internet, I'm not fucking keyboard, nothing. I'm live on location and I called them out. I exposed these motherfuckers live on location, and these bitches are still in closets. Think about it. These bitches are still in closets, and they won't even dare come on there with their fucking accounts no more and say shit. I got these fools afraid to even say my motherfucking name anymore. And we know what their lame ass excuse is. We all know what their lame ass excuse is. I ain't got enough numbers. They said that shit. That's what they were first trying to say. Bitch don't matter. Bitch don't matter. I expose your motherfucking pantyhose. I continue to I continue to walk and talk and expose these fools all the time. Look, you already know. Listen, you already know what the backdrop is gonna look like when you watch any of those videos. You go on any of those lives. Give the ambiguously gay dude a Modelo and watch him go, dog. The irony is that these fools are, they want to talk so pridefully about their past and their gang activity and their criminal activity and all this other shit. Yet they sit there and they act like what? You give them a Modelo and look at how they become. See, and that's how you know it's those creeps right there that keep coming on with that shit. You see, Dubs will sit there and have a Modelo and watch me. Like this is his Modelo hour right here. That bitch ain't got shit else to do. He afraid to go outside. That motherfucker orders his food. That motherfucker has Uber Eats, bring everything. Everything. His Walmart, toilet papers, everything. That motherfucker so saying that motherfucker got a bidet probably. That Dub got a bidet. Yeah. Hey, that little girl got a bidet. Ah, fuck. Oh shit, let me stop. Hey, but on some real shit. Fuck. You see, you see when that fool got drunk, you see how that fool flirts with fucking gunners. That motherfucker gets that Modelo. All the female comes out in that motherfucker. He starts running out. He starts running out the cell with one butt ass nigga with one chancla on a live. That's what it is. That's that's what's happening. He be getting loose on them Modelos and shit, and he just come running out the cell butt ass naked with one chancla, the chanclero. And that's listen. I'm convinced that's who these motherfuckers are to be with the sexual innuendo, dog. I think it's the ambiguously gay dude, dog. I could tell. I could tell when it's Hovan and it's the other two tricks, the tricksters in drag. Cause she has female actual tendencies, like you can tell there's an effeminate female quality to that one. The rest is more like fucking hey hey homie, you ever had your shit pushed in type shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like, god dang, dog, you motherfuckers is retarded. Uh, these little girl boys, dog. Why they can't go outside though? Ask them that. It's the psychology of cultural recurrence, man. You see, listen, every day, what culture do you claim? Ask that question, right? What is the culture? First, define it. You have to look up the word culture and understand what it is, right? So when you look and you define what your culture is right now, as you're looking at it, what is it? What's your culture? I'm in my community right now. I express it every day. It's in all of my live streams, mine personally. But what's your culture? If you come up with a color or something like that, then you obviously don't know the meaning of culture. So then, okay, culturally, what are you doing daily? Like, what is your daily routine culturally? When we're talking about culture anthropology, what is your daily routine? Are you considering your health? Are you considering your mental health? Are you considering your wellness? Are you considering your future? Are you considering what you consume and how you consume it, its effects on your life, and whether or not it will prolong, or whether or not it will stunt your life or growth? You ever consider that? So the psychology of cultural recurrence is a consideration of the culture in which you come from and how those cycles repeat, right? So whatever cycles you find yourself culturally caught up in, some of us, like, me myself, going from the projects to being locked up, what I mean, in the juvenile system, and then, adult system, repeating the cycle of crime and punishment. You know what I mean? This vicious cycle. And I've traced root sources, and I realized the psychology behind it. the recurrence in the psychology, the deja vu. Why we experience deja vu so frequently in these microcosms, these colonias, these colonies, these communities, these neighborhoods, these gangs, these sets. Why does these cycles repeat within these communities, within these families? Why? We understand poverty, but there's a psychology that repeats. There's people that are doing things. You know what I mean? Like if my household, let's say my household, there's 12 of us, right? In a community. And then 12 of us, all of us are corrupt, right? So I know a family, Tony Bogle. Tony, I don't know if he's still locked up. I know he had life sentence. He had 25 life. Tony Bogle comes from a gypsy family. You can look him up. Bogel, Tony Bogle, Anthony Bogle. He comes from a gypsy family that wandered, a gypsy family. And all they did was stole. Like they listen, culturally, they don't know the work. They don't know these things. All they know is ripping and running. Like all they know is like like you have to understand the culture of the gypsy. Like I sat there for a long time with Tony Bogle because I have my mom has a drawing that Tony Bogle did. She replaced it with that picture of my brother. But she had that Tony Bogle class. Like that was the first ones he did. Paintings. He has a unique, his own style of painting and drawing, sketching. And so like that's the cycle that will repeat with them. Like they would go from city to city, town to town, state to state. They would set up and like they were like homestead motherfuckers. Like they squat. If that property's empty, they're gonna go in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's theirs. They're gonna go in there and fucking get the electric running. They're gonna get the water going. They're gonna live in that bitch. And then they're gonna go steal and everything that like everything's free. Nothing they you know what I mean? Like so they don't know other way. The whole family from the father, like the dad's fucking criminal history is fucking mind blowing, dog. The extent of how extensive his father's fucking criminal history is, it's like, god damn, dude. How many states? How many convictions? How many prisons? God damn. Federal and state? Fuck. And escapes and all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit, dog, because those histories go way back, like fucking way back. So motherfucker got escapes and all kinds of crazy shit, crazy fucking stories of fucking run-ins with the laws, the outlaw days, crazy ass shit. But see, think about it. Like when we look at our own communities, what is the culture of our own communities? You know what I mean? Like what is really the culture that's right there that's in our own communities? What is the cycle that's repeating? Right? Jeffrey, stop acting like you're black. No, stop being a racist. You're a racist. Jeffrey, how about you join me at the park and say that to my face? How about that? You're a punk. You're a racist punk. I ain't acting shit. I'm a grown ass. I'm a 50-year-old man, bitch. Shut up. And now I feel like disrespecting your little bitch ass. What race are you? Tell me what race you are so I can disrespect you, punk. I can disrespect your whole race. You racist bastard. What race are you? Watch how fast I do that to you. Name your race, motherfucker, and watch what I do to it. Name me your race, you little racist bastard. Piece of shit. Another one that can't keep up with the conversation. I know that's Dubs' little racist ass, punk motherfucker. We know how you sewer rats sound. That sound like a sewer rat. That sound like a sour ass sewer rat right there. Punk, you can't keep up with the intelligence of the conversation, can you, little racist bitch? Huh? What race are you, punk? So I can disrespect your race. I'll do that shit right at the park. I won't give a fuck if one of your people are here. Bet that motherfucker get dumped on his head and end up dead. Yeah. You ain't gonna say that shit, huh? Little sewer rat. Coming up out the sewer, little sour ass sewer rat. You got off that sexual shit because I called you out, huh? Huh? You switched lanes real quick, but you still did the same thing. Like I said, the conversation got too deep, got too fast for you real quick, little boy. We know. Everybody knows the bird brain the Dubs is. We all know you ain't got no intelligence, little boy. You can't even go outside, punk. You from Santa Barbies. You think you're white. You think you're one of them European Spaniards, little girl. Shut up, punk. You're conquered. That whole brand you represent ain't nothing but fucking slaves. Man, them punk motherfuckers got turned by MK Ultra by the CIA back in the fucking 60s, 70s, fool. Man, they still got rats, infiltrated moles in that motherfucking organization. You punk motherfucker want to come on there acting like what? I bet your ass didn't say no race, huh? Yeah, Dubs. Yeah, Dubs. Where you at, Dubs? Little racist punk. Where you at, Dubs? Huh? You took your pantyhose off and you put your underoos on, huh? Your little Superman underoos, huh? With that S on it. You little sewer rat. Come on. Say something stupid. That conversation too deep for you, huh? You can't keep up with it. What you gonna do? Go talk about Wes Watson some more, punk? Go talk about Wes Watson or P&O. Go talk about them white boys. Little coward. Huh? You see, they prove the point, like I said. It's gonna draw something out of them. And see, it's gonna draw out what's in the heart of them. You see how when I expose the whole sexual innuendo and I expose them for doing that shit, do you see how they turn it? Do you see how all of a sudden it turned into that racist? Because I know that bigot. Everybody knows that Dubs is a racist. He's a fucking bigot. Listen, dog, that's the biggest pussy punk motherfucker on YouTube, dog. He's from Santa Barbara, homie. Let's get this shit straight, dog. He's from fucking Santa Barbara, dog. There was a gang in the fucking 1990s, 90s that were females, triple P, Pinchi Puta Posse. I give Triple P more respect than motherfucking gang in Santa Barbara. And a coward that shoot a motherfucker in the back when he's running. Well, you didn't have the wind to go chase him down. You can't run, punk. You really shot somebody in the back, punk, and you think you something? Nah, he good. He said he said, and I appreciate hey, Mark A. Houston. I appreciate the love, bro. Nah, hey, you already know. But listen, if you want to, that's on you. Feel free. The motherfucker's been silent because listen, he's already been called out. I froze that bitch right there, dog. That's like freeze tag, dog. That motherfucker got identified. Listen, I know the games these fools play. I know how triggered I have them right now, dog. I know exactly how triggered I have both. I have all of them right now. So it's just all coming back to me now. I'm gonna keep running this every day. And I'm encourage my moderators to go on. Listen, you don't need to subscribe to the channel. Fuck subscribing, because they ain't gonna never subscribe here. You catch them in their lives, you catch them going live, go on their lives. Go in their lives and bring up my name. And we're gonna prove, watch the reaction that you're gonna get. Cause they started blocking people who mentioned me a long time ago, dog. Anybody who would mention my name, they got a filter for my fucking name on their channel, dog. Them hoes have filters. Worded fucking with my name to keep my name from being mentioned in their shit. Go on there. See, now they're forced to fucking remove that shit. Let's see. You wanna play games on me? I'm live, bitches. You ain't got nothing better to do than to stalk me. You hoes can't even create no goddamn content right now. I got you motherfuckers can't breathe. Tony Braxton, homie, breathe again. Motherfucker, breathe again. Homie, let me gut check your ass. Breathe again, motherfucker. Let me paddle you on your ass, motherfucker, and spank you like a newborn baby, motherfucker. Breathe again. Hey, that's too much for him, homie. That's me. Listen, bro. That's me, the llavero, talking to these little fucking putos on the yard that I give a little bit of permission to another little fucking yardita. You know what I mean? They got that little position ese right there to do their little thing. I give them the little llaves, homie, to build their little thing. These little bitches want to fucking know your fucking places, you trampas. Mark A. Houston, you get in trouble because you speak the truth. The devil is a lie, bro. The devil is a lie, and we all know that. We know the deception and deceit and the lie that the devil is. We all know this. And you see, if there's a question, right? Now let's more context. If there's a question as to the conversation at hand, right? A disagreement, because those are intelligent conversations. There's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of understanding. You're talking history, you're talking like what's being spoken on when these fools get triggered to react. Let's keep this in context. What am I saying? What am I talking about? When these content creators, these YouTubers, Dubs, Gunners, Cricket, when these dudes get triggered to react in sexually stimulated ways that they just shut down because I exposed them, and then double back to the racist shit, because that's all he got left. Listen, the last of the venom that's in that snake, because first it came with the gang shit. They created these troll accounts with this gang shit. They try to be this gang and that gang to get me to say this, and then turn around and like, all you did was drew people from that place over here. And when those people come here with respect, they get respect. And you look stupid. Because you know what? Me disrespecting one motherfucker, a grown man don't give a fuck about that. Ain't no grown ass man watching me, sitting there listening to me disrespect one motherfucker and calling everything he comes from, all that shit, and feel any type of way being from there. Because if anything, a real motherfucker's gonna want to slap him up if he's there. Who in the fuck is this motherfucker that's really making us look like this? Because everybody knows when I speak the fucking truth. I call a spade, and that's what these motherfuckers can't handle. There's no longer the shit show that these motherfuckers put on. You notice that? Shout out to homie from Mariana Maravilla, fucking Lucky. Forget his channel. We had words, and I stopped yesterday. He dropped a video on Does. Hey, homie, I love the great dog. That's what I'm talking about right there, OG. That's what you do, dog. Fuck that old just for men ass shit, homie. The real shit, dog. But con respecto, what like this is the thing, like here's where, and I always said this, and it was the same with Sonny, was like them homies right there, and then even being older than myself and having been through that, like they agree with a lot of shit that I'm saying. Of course, a lot of people don't like the way it comes off, but the truth is the truth. You see what I'm saying? And me myself it's always those homies know how to take what they're getting from me, the truth, and articulate it to them there. Because my resonance is here. My resonance, my words, my reverberations, my resonance is here because I reside here. I'm live on location here. I have to give an account for myself to this community. You understand that? I come here in public daily and I exercise. I walk and I go live on my YouTube channel as a demonstration of a daily practice of Torah, the law first. And I always speak to that. And that was something that was brought up in this. And that was the condemnation that came to all these sexual deviants. The book of Leviticus. You know, man must consider his moral compass at some point. He must grow up. Man must consider his own moral compass in which way it is guided. Which way is your moral compass pointing? Is there a particular direction in which your moral compass is pointed that leads you in a way that is righteous, just, that is actually beneficial to yourself first, that it can be a blessing to others? It's not a blessing to others when you're sitting there and you're soliciting funds from them, but for nothing to show but a show, right? Another drunken show. I find Drink Champs more entertaining than that. I really find the originators of that whole concept, Drink Champs, more entertaining. Like, they started that. To the Drink Champs. So, when you got people trying to emulate and imitate people like that, because that's stereotypical to Hollywood people who come from that environment, the American me and boys to society, menace to society type of, characters that are still trying to emulate these past behaviors. This culture that continues to repeat over and over. This psychological culture, this recurrence over and over. These vicious cycles that would not break from one generation to the next, because what's handed down from one generation to the next? The same ideals, the same survival techniques. Parent passes on to the child the same survival techniques that one is needed to survive the community, the harsh reality of the environment that is created by those very people. Gang violence is gang violence. That's the community aiming at itself. That's the deadliest. That's the community pointing guns on itself. This is what we watch with all these like all these channels that speak on the gangs and shit, that are promoting a various gang. They represent a different gang. That's all they're doing. You're telling me, you're explaining to me that you're infant, baby, tiny something low, right? Like, you're the sixth generation, you're the sixth of them. You know what I mean? Of Crips that start in 1970. You know what I mean? After, just say after Compton, after 73. You know what I'm saying? After the Trey line comes in effect. And it's just like I said, it's a passing on of the same survival techniques that are necessary to survive in the community that is violent by nature because of the people who are there. The nature of the people themselves who are violent, who are the drug dealers, the killers, the robbers, the rapists. The statistics prove that. Your community is doing it to your community and you're celebrating it. Infant, baby, tiny puppet loco, cuz, ese vato, whatever, dude. From great grandparent to fucking grandparent, the same corrupt gang culture persists, and the same pride and ego and arrogance is still fucking, you know what I mean, the banner in which it fucking hangs itself. And then when you get people like, listen, let's go back to Jeff Ford. Look at Jeff Ford. Look at the opportunity that was given to Jeff Ford. Now I encourage you. There's documentaries on that. Go watch documentaries on Jeff Ford and that program. What they developed that program, because that would have been successful if they weren't so fucking corrupt. And what were they doing? They took government fucking money, bought guns and drugs and shit, and started killing fucking GDs and fucking Larry Hoovers and all these motherfuckers, and just turn it into community. Look at Big U. Look at Big U. It just shows how fucked up these people are in these communities because they can't let go of the gang shit. How in the fuck did you get such corruption, such illegal activity involved with the government fucking program, dog? It just shows how corrupt the people are. And what do? They want to celebrate this shit. You want me to buy your music that's speaking about how fucked up your community is? Why? I'm supposed to pay to know that your community is as fucked up as you're going to sing about it? You're going to tell me that you are either using, abusing such substances as codeine, morphine, nicotine, THC, alcohol, cocaine, methamphetamine, all of the above, and you're distributing it into the very community. And this is the drum beat. This is the fucking promotion. This is the trumpet. This is the prophet that's promoting the product back to the people. This death and destruction. That speaks directly about what that community is doing. So it starts with the drugs, and it spins in the twinkle and the sparkle of the eye of the jewels. Of course, they got to tell you, they gotta weave in the materialistic shit about it into the script. You know what I mean? The cars, the clothes, the diamonds, all that delusional bullshit. They really don't matter. Don't mean nothing. They don't. It's not like any of it will fucking increase in value over time. It won't. Land holdings do. But then we get into the organized crime telling of it. It's really telling, it's really snitching on itself. It tells you about its organized crime networks. It names them YSLs and OTFs and BBCs or whatever the fuck they want to be. Whatever the fuck they want to be, whatever the fuck they want to brand themselves a subset of something and create a fucking legitimate record label that is the cornerstone is all corrupt. It is built on a cornerstone of illegal activity, and they think that they can conceal that cornerstone by building a whole legitimate fucking structure on top of it. But when your cornerstone is fucking weak, because your cornerstone is corrupt and you try to hide that shit in the corner and you really think that keystone's going to hold up at the arc. Nope. Look at Big U. His shit got pushed in, didn't it? How Big U got his shit pushed in, huh? For all the fucked up shit he did, tell the truth. Big U getting his shit pushed in. He got his shit inverted right now. That's why you Big U. You got your shit pushed in. Cause you a snake ass motherfucker in your community. Big U got his shit pushed in. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. That's real shit, dog. Look at that shit, dog. I mean, see, and this the thing. I come from a community like the '60s. Like Duperville is like that. That's Duperville, dirty ass Duperville. You know what I'm saying? You don't listen. You don't worry about these other brands, motherfuckers are talking about you. If you're from Duperville, if you got beef, you from Duperville, you better know who you got beef with in Duperville. You better know who that motherfucker is. There ain't gonna be no saving you, dog. I always listen, dog. You can't tell motherfucker nothing, dog. Like every homie I talk, that's why they love me to death. Cause I don't even try, dog. I don't even like the homies. That's what they love. I mean, it's like they're that way because I'm that way. It's like fuck you ain't gonna tell me nothing to do, fool. Fuck you, fool. You can't tell little bad boy nothing. You ain't telling me shit. I say you can't tell PJ shit. You can't. That's listen, bro. Me and PJ been best friends fucking before preschool, dog. I was telling my mom, reminding my mom, and they were tripping out like that. Like, yeah, fuck. And I said, it's crazy because like we sound like those little kids when we're talking, all excited and shit, like little fucking kids, dude. And it's all idiot shit, man, like fucking goofies. But I love my brother, man. PJ's my brother. Like man, listen. I never ever had shit with P. Never do like. I always been tight like that. Man, my brothers have cut my throat. My brothers have fucking scapegoated me so many times, dog, in life. They're like, God damn. I ain't got no choice but to forgive these motherfuckers. Like, ah, you just gonna keep doing it, right? Lord help me. But and this is the thing for like me. I talk to the homies and like, you're talking about the most reputable people here. When I talk about someone like PJ or whatever, like anyone and everyone that I'm naming in any of this, like everybody knows that that's it. You understand what I'm saying? Like okay, you see Mundo tells all his war stories, Mundo tells all his war stories or whatever, and some are directly associated, some are not. Think about it. When you're talking about the whole history of all this shit, I have a direct relation to all of it. Going back to the origins of it that happened before I was even fucking born. Think about that shit. I sometimes say I didn't have no choice, dude. Like I didn't have no choice but to maneuver in the fashion that I did because it's the nature of the beast. This is the life that I live. I didn't want it. I had choices. This is debate and discussion and argument I have with my mom often. It's like I could have went to Brophy Prep. Dude, I had listen. I was recognized coming out of fucking preschool, going into the old Edison at kindergarten. ASU had already offered me a fucking free ride scholarship to pay for all my education. I'm dead ass serious, dude. Like I know listen, it's a fact. I can prove it. From like first to third grade, I was the most awarded kid in Edison Elementary. Think about it. I listen until I hit sixth grade, I only got honor roll one time, but I was the most awarded kid based on academics. based on listen, based purely on academics, reading, writing, arithmetic. I was top one, and I excel. I excelled that much more above the others, which was which was Angie, Casey, Kimberly, the homie Lil Chico, Charlie, uh, Matthew, Lil Matthew, until Matthew moved out. Judy Ann and they moved out. They moved. Always. And I first grade music class, dead ass. It only took me a month to get through every single musical instrument in there. Bro, I had sticks in every fingers on the xylophone, just sounding just like a master. I would get on the congos and sound like I could spot on mimic and mock whoever the master was that was sitting there teaching. Congos, all of it. My first month, first grade, my music teacher, Miss Bransma sat me down at the grand piano. She kept me after school. She called my mom and told me she wanted to tutor me on the grand piano. Shit was too big for me. I ain't even gonna lie. That shit was too fucking big. You have to understand something. I had already composed when I started preschool. I could already read and write. I was already reading and writing at like a sixth grade level. I was already that articulate by the time I was started preschool. And like the first thing I had ever wrote was a poem. And like the first things that I would write were poetic. It was always like the way I would express myself always came off that. It's always been that way. So from that point on, like I said, like I had free ride, all that shit. Brophy prep. When I hit fifth grade, by the time I hit fifth grade, I did a spot on portrait. I sat at it. I sat on a stool with an easel, and my teacher, Miss Martinez, my art teacher, was right there at her desk. She sat there. She was drawing me on the easel. I sat there and I drew a spot on fucking sketch portrait of her sitting there, sketch portrait of me. And my mom had both of them. I don't know if my mom still has them. I know she had. I know that when my sister lived on 36 and Oak, she had them because she had them framed actually. But I don't know. She thinks she's lost them since then. But that's by the time I'm in the fifth grade. And then like fifth grade, they moved. the state of Arizona moved only at Edison. They moved band class, which was seventh and eighth grade, to fifth grade. So me, Angie, Casey, Kimberly, and fucking Charlie, they put us in band class because we were the kids that showed that we excelled in everything. Like we were the top five kids in everything. Like they would always like it would depend. They would always pit me academically. They would pit sometimes me against all of them, but they would usually pit me and Charlie against the girls. I don't know why they did that. They would usually pair me and Charlie against the girls. And like now when I think about it, the only time that like me and Charlie wouldn't be paired is when Charlie would be paired with the rest of them. And like let's say a spelling bee, or because like every Friday we would have spelling bee shit like that, and like it would always be me against fucking. It would always be me against Angie and Casey. Usually Casey. Casey is a little happier kid. Her parents were professors actually. Angie's parents were one of her parents was a meteorologist, and the other was a scientist of some sort. They came from the Whittier area. They had went to Whittier, so they grew up in that area, Coronado. But Nico Violence. What did I say about what did I say about the another one getting caught in the trap? Like it becomes like, doesn't it become like boring? Like I've been on it over 100 minutes, and I kind of need to end this. But doesn't it like, come on, like for reals? Once again, I triggered somebody in a sexual manner. You know what I mean? Like that's sexual. I got them triggered. Nico Violence. Like you go and create an account that says Nico Violence, and you're talking about a man farting. Are like were you taking butt in prison? You sound like you were taking butt in prison. Nico Violence. Were you? Did you used to prey upon the little homies coming in there and shit with the skinny jeans? Were you that type? That's what I get from you. If that conversation triggered your butthole to queef like that, you just queefed. You just farted on the mic. Like I excited you so much that you literally queefed on here. Like your verbiage, your words actually express what I made you do right now. Like I got you so like excited that you farted on here. You was like, I know you farted. I know I made you fart, and that's the thought that came out. Fart on the mark, please, because I made you fart right now. Fuck boy. Get your fingers up out that shit, dude. For reals, man. Get a life already. Dubs and Gunners. Ah, man. Fucking Dubs and Gunners and serio pedos. That's a get a fucking vida locas. That's a stop trolling on the sexual shit, man. Like, goddamn, gay motherfucker. Listen, if you want to be on some gay shit, come out here, dog. You fools are supposed to be balling. You guys act like you're big balling. You're making big bank on this bitch. I know you can afford to come out here, right? You can afford to take a fucking trip, huh? You can afford to get come out here 5 hour drive. Bring a little bitch ass out here from Santa Barbara's, bitch. Come on, man. You could listen. You could be in a trail of dust right back there. You can hear it. I'll keep your ass back there. You could be live with me on the camera behind me and shit all giddy. I'll have you behind me all giddy trying to keep up. I'll share a link with you and you can be behind me, Dubs. Come on. Come on, little devil. Come on, come walk with me. Don't be scared. I got you, homie. So long as I'm in front of you, dog, you good, you safe. You can walk behind me out here, dog. You can hold the belt loop right here on my live like you've been doing, farting all over my shit. I got Dubs farting on here now. He was queefing and he was farting. You see, the racist came out. I got this motherfucker turning cartwheels, turning tricks on this bitch. This a trickster and drag right here. Shout out to Dub. Dubs. Dubs is the okay. So if you're new to the channel, if you haven't heard this before, Dubs has two channels. He has Dubs and Dub S. The Dub S is that's the alter ego. That's the female. Hey, my niece, my nephew, or my niece and my little brother. He goes, the Camelback. I told you right at the light, Camelback. That's my little. He's 16, and like he comes to me with everything, everything. Now that's the big one right there. Like for all these little bozos on here, like Dubs and Gunners clowning. That's my 16. That's my 20-something-year-old niece, 25-year-old niece. She's like 3 weeks older than my son. They were all pregnant together. My brother Michael, his wife Michelle, sister-in-law, they're pregnant with Mason. My sister-in-law Gina, my brother's widow, was pregnant with my nephew Bugs Jr. And my sister was pregnant with Elizabeth, Liz, Uniqua, and Tamara was pregnant with Andrew. Tamara was due in February though. She was due February 10th. But he came out early. He was born. He's an Aquarius, but he was born in the at in January, end of January. Yeah, man. So yeah, that I got a 16-year-old that I'm responsible for. That you know what I mean. When he's coming to me and showing me videos of things that I tell him I want to see that shit out. You know what I mean? I had to have a conversation with him because he's getting in fights and shit. Like, this little motherfucker, he's big. He's not little, dude. He's big. He got long ass arms too, and he can fight. I taught him how to fight, dude. I taught that little motherfucker how to fight. And I see it. Like I watched the because he's got videos of him fighting. Like, and he's a passive aggressive dude. Like, in one on a basketball court, like motherfuckers called him motherfucker. He walked away after being called a bitch and all kinds of shit, just laughed it off, dog. And it wasn't until and this dude is at the park tweaking, dog. Like he's a tweaker dude, and he's over there. He started fucking with some lady and shit like that, some girls and shit, and that's what really pissed him off. He's like, he didn't care. He's like, I don't care what he said about me or whatever. Like, he's like, he's just a bitch. You know what I mean? He's like, he wasn't gonna put hands on me like he said. So, you know what I mean? But when I seen him going over there and the way he was trying to be with those girls, he said, that's why I went over there and like, bro, he, he just dropped that when he started, bro, he was dissing, dude. We was talking to this fool with the open hand, dog. This grown ass motherfucker, dog. This 16-year-old little boy was fucking, he was open handing a grown ass motherfucker that was tweaking out at the park, dog. He just playing ball, dude. He ain't bothered, you know what I mean? He's in the right, you know what I mean? But it's like I tell him, you gotta consider the dangers of that shit, bro. Especially the motherfucking tweakers, motherfucker up strap on your ass, you don't know. But so yeah, I have a greater responsibility. I come on here and I know that, you got people that I guess they sit there and stalk me, dude, day after day, knowing I'm gonna be on here, and they do shit like this. Listen, the fact of the matter is their content ain't even entertaining no more watching me, right? Tell the truth. Do you really think that Dubs and Gunners is fucking entertaining anymore, drunk on their lives? Do you think so? Is it funny? Is it like, yeah, like, does it do anything for you? I know that my content does it for them. We all can see that. I get them farting on my content. Think about it. I got grown pintos on farting on my shit. I appreciate the love and support. Hey, dozen gunners, come drop some more farts on my shit. Since you ain't gonna like and share and subscribe, just go ahead and drop some more farts like that. Let me hear your queef one time too. Let's hear the laquifa. Come on, little laquifa. It's all fucking- Come on, though, miss. See, I'm just gonna go back around because I'm already done. Let me see how much I did. I already did 5.5 already, and more than likely when I stop, it's gonna be over 6. So yeah, I've been on a 115 minutes here, and we look at what we did to him. Look what we did to them all right here on downside Rose Groves and stuff. Look what we did to Dubs and Gunners. Look at how we did them in the comments. Look, I left Dubs farting. First he was all butt naked with this Modelo talking about, come on, homie, push my shit in. That's how he came at me at first. You know what I mean? And then when I exposed all that, and what does he do? He goes into the racist bigot that he is. Everybody knows he is. And you already know where he was gonna go with the black shit. You know what I mean? Everybody knows Bubba took his butt when he was in fucking YA. Everybody knows he got beat up by blacks in YA, dog. Everybody knows. At the little camps and shit. The one homie from Hoover said he stuck a finger in his butt. I don't know. That's you. You know they say what that about them groovers. You know how they groove, homie. I'm fucking around. They're such easy marks, dog. They're such easy targets and shit. And you know what I mean? Like they want to turn like people type in to go. Obviously, they want to distract and turn the topic onto something else. And this one want to talk about buttholes. You know what I mean? He went he went from the fuck. God. Oh shit. Let's see. Let's see what the sunset holds. Let's see when I come out here on the sunset live. Let's see how they sound and act then. Let's see what accounts get created and come on here and the troll. I mean, it makes for entertainment, right? Because listen, they get called out for it, and I get to name them. I get to name the behavior patterns, Dubs and Gunners, and cricket and shit. You know what I mean? I get to put labels on these people. I get to mark them, and the mommies. Hey, what do they call Dubs? What do they say? Santa Barbies. What do they call them? Chanclero. What do they clown him about? Running out his cell, butt ass nigga. Huh? What do they keep dropping on his forehead? Same paperwork. Dubs, who did that shit to you, fool? Hey, Dubs, who did that to you? I could keep circling back every time they drop it. Hey, Dubs, every time they drop that paperwork on you, I could double back on the live and talk about it. You guys want to talk about how Dubs PC'd up? Huh? How scared he was? Or do you want to talk about how the time he ran out the south butt ass nigga with chunk law? Twack the fuck out. Huh? Since you want to fart all over my channel, I got you over here queefing. Laquifa. Dubs' new name is Laquifa. Cause he has a thing for black people, dude. He has like a real serious thing for them. You know what I mean? Like he really, there's something inside of him that's like I don't know, that like, he's violated from inside out, dude. With that one, so I'm gonna call him Laquifa, cause it's little Laquifa. He be queefing all over my shit with that racist bullshit and that homosexual shit. That's little Laquifa. Everybody knows Anna Mommy is gay. That's Anna Mommy. Oh, fuck. Listen, hold on. From right there, I've been labeling this motherfucker. How many labels did I give Dubs right now? From that point, go back and label that motherfucker. Listen, you go on his live, you go on his comments, call him Anna Mommy. That's your comment for him. Everybody, just listen. You really want to listen. You really want to do some damage to Dubs. Everybody, content creators and everybody, YouTubers, everybody, just go in his comments and put Anna Mommy. Hashtag Anna Mommy. Everybody's gonna know. Have Chemo Flicks run that shit. Just keep looping that fucking video at his ass, dog. Yeah. We gonna launch an attack at your little bitch ass on some Wes Watson shit. Dobes. Hey, Dobes, princess. Hey, princesa. Dobes. You want me to talk about you? You want me to make a video adding you? And mommy, I should. Hey, listen, I'll go viral if I do a video called Hey, mommy. If I let my first video be Hey, mommy, it don't even matter. It might not be a live today. It might be a video. Ooh, it might be a nice little fucking video drop. I might just come out there for the sunset and, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, and a mommy his ass on my first one. Ooh, hit him with the viral load, you know what I'm saying? With the description and everything, huh? Should I hit him with the mommy? Get everybody reacting to the mommy? You guys ready? You guys ready for the nuclear attack? You know what I'm saying? We want to see all them cluster bombs just explode on this motherfucker. And the mommy, that's the nuclear bomb. You know how they call the nuclear one in Nagasaki and them and shit? Big boy and whatever. It's the mommy bomb. We're gonna drop it on them. Cause it can't go outside. It can't come outside and see pretty girls. Look, it's pretty girls out here. It come it can't come you can't come outside. It don't matter if I sound black. It don't even matter if I cuss, does it? You can't keep up. You can't keep up with the conversation. You can't keep up with my pace and walking. You can't keep up with the fact that I've been on live for 100 and I don't know 1,000 minutes, and I can continue to do this. Think about it. If I had the battery to keep going, I just keep walking and whatever. Put a backpack on, cause I used to do that shit. Put a backpack on, grab something, eat, stop. I could even go live right here. Boom. You want to do? You want to do a 24-hour camp out barbecue, motherfucking grill it up right here at the park? Shit. We should marathon these motherfuckers up, huh? That's what we should do. Marathon them up. How do you think they could compete with a marathon? They can't even compete with this shit, dude. Retired troll, what it do? Keep grinding, bro. Az rapping, we support you. I appreciate the love, bro. Appreciate the love and support. We out here at Los Olivos Park. You know how we do, bro. We get it how we live. All I'm doing is trying to inspire people to exercise, dude. You know what I mean? Like I try to speak my mind, give my piece, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course people are gonna disagree. But god damn, the way these grown ass motherfuckers be acting, you talking about people been to penitentiary? You claim you did time at Folsom in the shoe and the Pelican Bays and stuff. Is that what they make? That's what that place does to you? Did all them years in the penitentiary really soften you to that point that you got so super sensitive that you just show yourself out the closet like that? You just shove yourself out like that every time I get to getting turned up. The bass in my voice get to booming and you get to like, oh, La Quifa. La Quifa. I invite you out to join me at Los Olivos Park daily, Sunday through Friday afternoons, Mountain Standard Time, because we don't turn back the hands of time here. I invite them to come out here and troll me personally. You can walk behind me with a link and you can troll me. You know what I mean? You can be showing my ass from behind me. You can show the people what I look like from behind, licking up my dust. You want to do that, Doves? I invite you to come join me. Listen, everybody wants to get into these celebrity boxing matches, all this bullshit. No, let's celebrity, you come out here, let's see who can walk the most. We ain't got to swing hands. We ain't got to do none of that shit, little boys. If any of you ever had a problem with any of I said, and you know what? That's for all of them because there's a whole bunch of them we know. From Colorado to California to we know. Come out here. Let's see how long you can walk and talk with me on live. If you can't keep up, then shut up. And let's put a bag on that. Let's see who wants to promote that. Let's see who wants to promote all of the YouTube content creators, all these motherfuckers on the YouTube streets and YouTube router to come out here and do a motherfucking marathon walk and see who can keep up live. Everybody go live on their own shit and let's see who can do it. Put up the bag and let's see who can do it. Cause all this other shit they're talking about, nah, homie, I ain't gonna throw hands if I ain't gonna take your life. Fuck you. Now we ain't gonna do that, bitch. That shit was childish. That's what we should have did when we was kids to resolve all that shit. Once it became what it is, nah, dog. That gang shit is lethal and it gets left like that. If you want to talk about content creating, you want to talk about who and what we are right now as men and the shit that's said and done and any good that can come from any of this shit, then bring your motherfuckers asses out here to this motherfucking park and that's the competition. Because if it is about a fucking fight, then bring your punk ass out here and we'll do it for free. We ain't doing no bags. We ain't doing no motherfucking gloves. Any of you motherfuckers have any problem with any motherfucking thing I said, you motherfuckers know where I'm at. And I invite you motherfuckers, I challenge you motherfuckers to come out here to a marathon, put up a motherfucking bag, and let's see who can run it. Let's see who can go the longest on this motherfucker, dog. Walking and talking and stomping and keeping this shit going. Let's see. Because that shit you motherfuckers talking about ain't shit. You wanna come here, you wanna fight? Bring your motherfucking ass out here, dog. Just show up and hop out, dog. And that's all the fuck you gotta do. The rest of that shit, we ain't doing no, so I ain't no fucking celebrity fool, and you bitches ain't no goddamn celebrities. Get that shit through your thick ass fucking skulls. You motherfuckers ain't shit. You motherfuckers are goddamn YouTubers, dude. And if you motherfuckers want to challenge, you motherfuckers want to fight, bring your ass to the goddamn park, homie. Because you motherfuckers claim to be about that life. You claim to come from that type of shit. You claim to have heart like that shit. Bring your ass out to the motherfucking park. Show me, dog. Because all this sitting there in your little studios talking shit, running your fucking mouths about each other, dog, that's just dead. In 2025, that's just dead. Ain't nobody carrying that shit into the new year, dog. Ain't nobody trying to hear you motherfuckers no more. I challenge you motherfuckers to come out to the park and let's see who can keep up. Cause all that punk shit, yeah, show and tell, homie. Enough of this motherfucking shit. Enough of that internet, keyboard, studio, Hollywood, make-believe ass shit that you motherfuckers are talking about. Cause you ain't living it. Not one of you motherfuckers are living none of the shit you talking about, and you're talking too much about other motherfuckers, dog. And you motherfuckers come in here with your gay ass fucking shit that you do, little fucking childish fucking shit that you do, and you get called out, and I don't give a fuck. You motherfuckers can bring it. Because it's been going on, continuing for how many consecutive weeks now? And what I said I'm doing. So motherfuckers ain't got no excuse for these fucking games that motherfuckers are playing on here no more. Stand up, motherfuckers on the YouTube yard. I got the motherfucking keys, motherfucker. I'm the mayor on the YouTube streets. I'm the motherfucking mayor on the YouTube yard. That's from coast to motherfucking coast. I don't give a fuck about your numbers or your motherfucking fan base. Cause I'll at your motherfucking ass on all of these lives and I don't give a fuck who they are. Fuck them. If them motherfuckers can't come out here and keep up, I don't give a fuck about your punk ass war stories of where you motherfuckers come from. I don't give a fuck about the drugs you sold, the people you killed, motherfucker, because you can't keep up with me on this goddamn street. If you can't keep up with me right here, motherfucker, pace for pace, word for word, wit for wit, motherfucker, you can't go hands with me. You can't go gun for with me, motherfucker. You ain't got sense enough. Now think about it. Every single content creator that any motherfucker that's ever done a prison channel, all of them, from New York to California, every single motherfucker on here that's ever spoke about their gangs and shit, same difference. I don't give a fuck what their program is. Them bitches can't keep up with me in any conversation. All they can talk about is the prison yards that they've been on, but them punk motherfuckers ain't got shit to show for it, but talking about other motherfuckers, the celebrities of other motherfuckers, or who they know in prison. Motherfucker, you know a bunch of other motherfuckers, but fuck you. Right here, right now, today, what the fuck are you doing in your community except for shining up the same shit, talking the same shit, trying to make yourself be somebody for that shit? Motherfucker, I'm out here showing myself to be this motherfucker today. That's challenging all these motherfuckers. Can walk a marathon with me. Motherfucker, we ain't gotta fight. We can show these kids a different way. We can sit here and walk and we can see who can walk and talk the longest sense. The shit that makes sense, who can walk and talk the longest that makes sense, that's intelligent, that's enlightened, that's educating the community. Let's see who can do that. Because the rest of this shit, what is it worth? You want a war story about prison? You want to know who's fucking who and who's getting fat? Because that's all motherfuckers are dealing with. You're sitting there in your fucking cars, you're sitting there in your little fucking studios, you're bragging about your little shits that you got now, whatever, and then you're going on and you're talking about these same other motherfuckers in the same loop. The same motherfuckers that are steady getting shitted on right here, they won't do a motherfucking thing. Punk motherfuckers get called punks, bitches, and they don't do shit. These motherfuckers turn around and try to act like they don't know. These motherfuckers ain't facts, retired troll, facts. These motherfuckers ain't out in the community demonstrating nothing to no youth, are they? I'm live, dude. And when a motherfucker comes on there set tripping and talking about killer, what do they get addressed like? While I'm fucking live. So all this other shit, I don't listen. You can sit there and you can play Batman and Superman all you want in the chat. You can sit there and think that boogeyman, that kukui that you see outside your fucking window that you gotta deal with every day is something. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't gonna bring that shit to me. We all know your ass ain't gonna hop that shit and come over here. You ain't gonna cut that shit off and go. You don't have it in you. You're playing around online. If you really felt that way, you would never leave a trail. That's how we know these motherfuckers troll. That's how we know what they're worth. They can't even get out in the community and walk, dog. These motherfuckers want to sit there and act like there's something, like they got something to say because they can talk about gangs in fucking prison because they've been there, but they ain't got nothing good to offer the community as a whole, do they? They don't go out in the community. They don't speak about the good of the community. They don't speak about the bad of the community in a sense that makes sense to help the community, do they? They're not educating the community in any fucking way about a motherfucking thing, are they? All they're doing is their little Hollywood fucking stories, isn't it? That's all it is, right? A bunch of little fucking tracks. Oh, who they're talking about this one? They're just little Bible tracks about a bunch of different fucking bastards. A bunch of devils, a bunch of fucking deluded, delusional, deadly ass motherfucking devils, dude, from different gangs with different stripes and different colors. They ain't got shit to show for it. Okay, they're dead now. They're locked up doing life. They're still making calls to these same ass whores, killing their same ass fucking people. Why don't you kill them motherfuckers off and do yourself a favor? Duh. You know who they are. Uh, like they could just all disappear in the community all at once. Uh, but you're scared, ain't you? You need somebody to stand up and walk around and do what I do. You need somebody that's going to go out into the fucking community and say what he says about whoever the fuck he's going to say it about. This is what you need. You don't need some cowards that are going to be on fucking YouTube trying to be YouTube celebrities because that's what they've come. They hit that 100,000 mark. They're chasing that 100,000 mark. Now it's celebrity. They're chasing a fucking stardom on YouTube. YouTube, dude. Listen, all of them first said that they were doing it for the good, right? Did all of these dudes first claim that they were doing it to help the kids and you know what I'm saying? And then what did they turn to after I exposed all this shit? Same thing. I keep forcing these fools out. What happened? Now they just admit the shit's entertainment. No, it's just shits and giggles. Well, how entertaining is it now in comparison and contrast? Over 120 minutes running right now. You know how much video that is? Do you know how many pieces I can make out of this fucking live stream? And I haven't even begun to piece up my fucking lives. And I keep telling people that there's all these segments where I'm just carrying on about one thing that I can nip. And I do that on purpose because I know I can go back and I can just screen record that. And that's a whole fucking video. You know, a wise man, a wise man would reach out to a wise man and try to make touch. Every one of these dudes has every opportunity. But do they? Nah, because they're too big headed. They're clout chasers, dog. They'll sit there and deny the fact that they're clout chasers, but they're all chasing the same shit. Of course, if I chased the clout, I would have the clout. I would have that 100,000 already. Everybody understands that. I could play the game a long time ago. Everybody knows how I manipulated that game that they fucking sit there and trapped in still. Don't know how to get out of. I box these fools in that shit. Look, I'm right here. Let's ask a question before I end this one. Is it not entertaining enough to you? Let's okay. People like people like Gunner because they say he's funny. You wanna sit him and we go back and forth, mama jokes. Me and him go back and forth and see who starts crying first, who gets all fucking butt hurt, booty hurt first. You want to see who's funnier? We all know the truth. We all know the truth, and it's something that I've been said. It's a matter of preference. It's a question of likability. You see, a person who's biased and bigoted in the same fashion that they are, they're not gonna like me. You know why? Because I sound black to them, and it doesn't matter if I'm speaking literally in contemporary English. Because sometimes when I'm walking and I'm talking, like especially when I'm speaking on like history and stuff like that, I'm speaking in contemporary English. It happens. It just happens naturally. I start sounding like a professor, or if I go into talking about the scripture or Bible or gospel stuff like that, I start sounding like a preacher. People haven't picked up on this yet. You listen. You know how many comic skits there is where I'm clowning them in any one live? Think about it. Go when this one's done. Skip through. I encourage you to watch it all, but skip through and find every time I'm clowning these fools. Just laughing like I am right now, just clowning, just fucking mocking the fuck out of them. Count them. How many times? And think that's one live stream. So as many times if they as they triggered that, they triggered it. I can make that many videos right there, comedy skits on them from one live because they triggered it. They wanted to get their names mentioned in here. They act like little homosexuals. They act like little tough guys, racist. I bring out everything. Listen, we all know that this is them. Like this is in their content. So it's easy for me to do that, knowing that I've already been pulled them out of the closet. So when they come over here, the pendejos do it again. Retired troll facts we need to guide the youth. We got to be what our OGs lacked in showing us, and that's positivity for the community. Amen. I'm going to tell you what, you new to the channel, but I really love what you just said. So I'm gonna give you a managing moderator, bro. Tap in. We here. Listen, for those listen, because I appreciate people like that, because I can stop and you see I'll carry on. And that's why I like with moderators like that, where you know, you as I'm carrying on, formulate questions for yourself. If there's a question, that's what with my mods is like, what I mean? Something that that not for yourself, but for everybody that you think that I'm missing. I'm missing something in what I'm saying, and you just ask that question, and bam, because that's something that's missing for everybody. I get that. Like, I don't go back and review my content. You know what I mean? Because like I got too much shit. I wish I could, or I would piece it out like that. Because I know when I'm out here, I do that on purpose. You know what I mean? Like I don't listen. I'm not concerned with the numbers per se. It's not. Listen, the stones are going to get cast at the messenger no matter what. It's about the message.
People don't understand. I fight, I struggle with myself to do it. Listen, bro, I got 10 theses, 7 posted. And this is just the beginning of this shit, dog. Like, think about it. A book already published on something that deep as the history of the industrial, military, fucking pharmaceutical, insurance complex, which is it's all together. It all coalesce. It's all one and the same. The military's aim and the reason for World War One and Two was to seize all of the German assets, Merck, all these pharmaceutical companies and shit. And then they turned it against the MK Ultra and all this shit. So like I got bro 7 of them already posted on my Facebook. I got a link to my Facebook on there. So I encourage people to tap that link and go find me, follow me, and add me on. If you add me on Facebook, I'll you know what I mean. I'll accept your friends request and shit. Just let me know, you know what I mean, where you're coming from and shit. Um, but yeah, and because I have a pages too on there, the psychology of cultural recurrence. But I posted like 3 theses that were just introductory to the page, more or less. But the depths of what was already in there and what it spoke to, as far as the influence of media, mass media, social media, and MK Ultra and all this shit, dog. Like they created a whole. I started this live with that. They created a whole new security feature, dog. Like I have to identify myself to post. They got a pop up that says that there's unusual activity. So I have to tap this, go here, and then like it says it's USA is already in there, but I have to put my number. So I put my number, then it airs. So I know it's not complete, and I send in I do the screenshot and everything, tell what happened, and report it, and wait till them fuckers fix this shit and try to get in touch with these texts. But like they've they made it so difficult for me to fucking like the reality of it is the text that I'm talking to, they can't do nothing about it. And the people that actually know what the fuck's going on and can do something about it, they don't want to be seen. And Aaron Egan already sent me an email, so it's like it don't make no sense. Like you've already like I already have an email from you. Go look up who Aaron Egan is. Erin Egan at Facebook. Go look up Aaron Egan. See who and what Aaron Egan is. Listen, Aaron Egan gets promoted based on me. The policy change that Aaron Egan wrote, authored, is based me. That's my policy. Go look at the listen. Go look when Mark Zuckerberg was forced in front of Congress. Go look at the policy change that Aaron Egan wrote, and look. I'll explain it to you. I'll explain my actual use on Facebook, that profile, so you can understand it. And then the email. I just haven't bothered to go try to get that. I haven't bothered to go into that email account that deep like that. I just had you know what I mean? Like I don't want to go into that email account. I'm not ready to get that shit out yet. But I was documenting a motion picture. Like all the shit I talk about like my involvement with the Sinaloa cartel and shit when I was on the run. Like the way like I would listen, bro. I would literally like post long ass posts, essay type, long ass thesis and shit, dog. Detailing. Because that's how I looked at it. Like I'm living a motion picture. I'm gonna write this screenplay right now. I'm gonna write this shit out, dog. Like, and that's like all the key plays and everything was spout out like by me. I literally spouted out, wrote it out, like, and I did that shit on purpose because the rest of it's contained in other ways. Like you got photos with captions, and then like video lives, and then you got fucking like I say with the video lives because so many people had access to the account, and then they're doing executions in Mexico and live executions in Mexico, and they're using my fucking Facebook to do it. So I got myself in a mess on this shit, bro. I got DHS watching me, and now, like I said, I can't access my Facebook page. I gotta go through all that shit just to get on my pages. Psychology of cultural recurrence, which is what this is all about. This is the psychology of cultural recurrence, is it not? This not psychological? This is not cultural. This is not a recurrence. Is it not continue? Is it not every day you could tap in and count on? Like I said, until Friday at sundown, I'll be out here to do my Torah, to do the Sabbath, sunset live. I will especially do my sunset lives going into the Sabbath Friday at sundown. So you know what I mean? Like there's more to that. Yeah, there's the entertainment because these fools want to tap in and they want to be bozos about shit. So you know what I mean? Like they're gonna get that. You're gonna come in there with some gay ass shit. You're gonna get exposed for it. You watch this live, dude. Like, listen, these fools got wrapped up with a bow on this one. All them bozos got wrapped up with a bow on this one. But I'm gonna get it moving, man. It's 2:25 Mountain Standard Time here, Phoenix, Arizona, in the Valley of the Sun. And I've been on 145 minutes. That's a long ass. I don't even know how many minutes. I don't even know how many hours that is. But they can't fuck with this, homie. Let them motherfuckers know they can't fuck with Downsized Rose and Stone. Shout out to all my day one. Shout out to all my subs. Shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to everybody tapping in. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. And to all the haters, to all the trolls. You know you are. You know what you're made of. You know. But I still pray for you. I still got love for you, man.